Yeah. Brian, I'm so glad to have you here, man. There's so much I want to talk about. So, I mean, I could go into the Randy Rhoads Remembered. I could go through your history, which is incredible. Bon Jovi's cousin, correct? The girl, is when you started. I was amazed when the Pride and Glory came out. You were on that album with Zakk Wylde. You played with Ozzy. You played with Whitesnake. Slash Snake Pit. Your resume is incredible, and we could spend a day talking about that, I'm sure. But your new project, Silverthorne, is that named after the Colorado town? Who came up with that? Where'd you find this incredible singer? He is out of this world, brother. Tell us about that.
That's Pete Shoulder, Pete's Killer. No, the name was we stupidly didn't look into the name enough to realize it was actually a city in Colorado that neither of us had been to or knew about. But it was more we were just throwing a bunch of names back and forth. It was probably 100 names, and none of them were sticking. And I think Pete had sent me a list, and Silverthorne without the E at the end was on that, and I was like, we both were like, that's not bad. What is it? And it's a plant, and it's basically a plant that if left on its own, it will grow and take over all the other plants in the area. It's one of those kind of things. We're like, that kind of makes decent sense. Let's just go with that. Let's put an E on the end, and then soon after we realized there's this city called Silverthorne. But whatever, we went with it, and there you go. With that. But the beginning of Silverthorne, it's kind of an interesting story. When I was in Whitesnake, we were touring in the UK, and there was a band opening up called The Union, opening up that run of dates, and I go in to the venue when they were playing, and I take note of the singer. I was like, man, that guy's killer. To me, he sounded like a badass kind of Paul Rogers vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And we met and stuff, but after the tour went our separate ways, and that was back in 2011. So fast forward to like 2016, I had a project going on with the DeLeo brothers from Stone Temple Pilots. We had they had written the songs, but we recorded a chunk of songs, like 4 songs or something, in hopes of finding a singer. And at the time, they didn't have a singer for STP, so their future was a bit uncertain on all levels as far as all that goes. And through one person or another, Pete Shoulder got in touch with them. They heard him, they met him, played a little bit, and they wrote me and said, sent me a little an audio snippet of Pete playing acoustic guitar and singing. I said, wow, this guy's killer. We should start working with this. Check this out. And which we did. So we all got together, and then they reminded me, you guys knew each other. He was the singer in the Union. Oh shit, that was like 5 years ago. Cool. So Pete came over, and we basically made a record, and somewhere over the next batch of months, the Leos got turned on to the new STP singer, and I guess they put a little time into working with him, and had to make up a decision, make up their minds, and decide which path to go down. And ultimately, they opted to continue STP with their new singer. So we put, our project was put on, indefinite hold, and but we understood, we're huge STP fans, and with total respect to them, deciding to carry on and move forward, and finding somebody that can fill in those big shoes left behind. They went for it. So Pete and I soon after talked, and through making that record, I realized that Pete, he's a great singer, but he's also a great guitar player. He's a great guy, great lyricist. He's, multi-instrumentalist. Plays piano, but bass. He's just a super talented guy. So, and we realized we're more or less cut from the same cloth, like musically, and what we grew up on, what we like, and what we would like in our own bands. If we had a band. So I said, why don't you come back over, because he lives in the UK, come on over, and let's write and record and see what happens. And that was the beginning of it. That was like 2018, and we went through that year. We wrote, he was here for, about a month. We wrote and recorded about records for the stuff, and then had some managers, newer, younger managers that, I just ate up a bunch of time, didn't go anywhere. And then 2019 rolled in, and signed up with Golden Robot Records, and got the EP together in the spring, before I was gone in Japan all summer. I was playing with this band in Japan, super busy right now, but we got to get the videos and photos and artwork and everything together. So he was down with it, and then at the end of last year, we put out, the end of the summer, put out the first single, second single a couple months later, and then the EP came out, I think February 21st, and that's it, and soon after that, EP came out, and then this whole coronavirus thing started up and put a halt on everything, pretty much everything on the planet. So, so here we are. We're just, it's at least we got the EP out. It's been a great reaction, and lots of great reviews. And at this point, we just have to sit back like everybody and wait and see what the next step can be. But in the time being, we're writing back and forth and basically just getting our first full length LP together.
Amen, brother. I'm looking so forward to that. Now, on your songwriting together, how do you guys collaborate? I mean, a lot of people, they have different formulas, or guitarist does primarily all of it. But, I can see you being a huge influence. How do you guys come up with the music?
I guess just like most people do, with the two of us, when we're together, we'll sit around with basically acoustic guitars and go back and forth, or one of us will have an idea, throw at the other guy, hey, I've had this riff or this blah, 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 and if something sticks or catches the other one's attention, we'll move forward with it, and that's pretty much the most common way it all goes down. And the great thing was when we are together, I had a studio house pretty much just for all my gear and recording and all that stuff, so we get together there, and at any time when we felt like we were ready to record a song or whatever, everything was up and ready to go. Drums were up, mic'd up, and so we don't have to hire engineers and producers or book a studio and all that. Right. We just did it all ourselves, and that's pretty much it. So it's great. I love songwriting like that, as opposed to Pete having a full finished song or me having a finished song. The Silverthorne, what you call our little sound or whatever, is definitely when we're bouncing back and forth off of each other, and do it that way. But we do, everything together, from the engineering side of it to the producing side to the recording side. The whole thing is just the two of us, putting our heads together and getting it going.
You have an incredible product. My stepson plays guitar. He has a project called Cradle. He just released his first CD ever. Bill Leverty from Firehouse recorded it and produced it. He's a friend of mine from back in Richmond. And my stepson is a big STP fan, big Audio Slave, Soundgarden, Chris Cornell fan. He came out of his bedroom with goosebumps and went, oh my God. Would you say this music appeals to those people? Because it's like, goosebumps don't lie, brother. And, when I'm sitting here playing your music and he comes out the room and he's like, we're just sitting here with the hair standing up on our arms like, this is some good shit you got here, brother. I'm excited to hear the rest of the album. I really am.
It's very nice to hear. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's a brand new baby band, and it's not easy to. All you can hope for is people hear it and dig it, and word travels, and you do as much as you can to keep it going.
Yeah, you definitely got our vote, brother. We're gonna be sharing it, and I know he's looking forward to hearing the rest of them. He's already got 4 of them on his phone, listening to them. So that's really cool. It really is. It's just, like I said, there's so many things I want to talk to you about because it's just incredible. I think we have a mutual friend that passed away years ago. I don't really tell a lot of people this, but it's part of my past. I was in I'm only 4'9". I do Little Ozzy. It's an Ozzy tribute band. I gained the attention worldwide because I'm only 4'9". And I was on the History Channel with Ozzy. I was told by Ozzy, you sound like me. That's been my niche as far as, getting out here and doing what I can do as far as a tribute band goes. However, before that, 12, 13, 14 years ago, before you started Bonzo Bash, I had a little buddy out there named Kurt Levy. They called him Minnie Bonham. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I do, yes.
Yeah, great. He used to talk about you years ago, man. Tichy this, Tichy that. And, we lost him. We did a show in Aspen, and he got a really bad lung problem, and he passed away, But, yeah, he spoke the world of you, and he just looked so forward to that. I think it was the first Bonzo Bash you had, like back in maybe 2010.
Yeah, I think that's when I more or less met him. I may have heard of him or knew of him prior to that, but that's when we came in contact more and stuff. Yeah, and then I don't know. It must have been not too long after that. That was in 2010. So I think it was. I don't know. It could have been a year later or something like
Yeah, it
that.
was. Yeah,
He passed away. Yeah, it's very
crazy.
sad.
Yeah, it was, but he was one too that what a talent. The little guy could just jam on and everything. But
Yeah.
do you have an East Coast Randy Rhoads? And I know you're an East Coast boy. You're from Jersey, correct?
Yeah. Yep. The Randy Rhoads Remembered thing was basically an offshoot of the Bonzo Bash. We had done a Bonzo Bash over, I don't know, a few years, 3 or 4 years, and we're doing it down during the NAMM show weekend, which is a music convention in Anaheim, which is a little south of Los Angeles, and the venue we got, we had the option to take 2 nights. I guess it was like a Friday and a Saturday, and we were like, well, there's so many drummers available, and the show's really long. Maybe we should just do 2 nights. But after thinking about it, they were like, that might be a bit overkill. Let's just keep it 1 night. But rather than tell the venue, we don't need the second night, my partner and I were like, well, maybe what if we just do a whole different show, and we had already mentioned each other if we ever did it, a celebration event for a guitar player, it would have to be Randy Rhoads. We both had grown up on Randy, and my partner Joe had actually seen Randy in Memphis. I think it was back in '81, something like that. I can't remember which tour, but he did see Randy, and I grew up on, I think Blizzard of Oz was probably the main record when I think it was in 7th grade at the time when I heard it. I was blown away by Randy's playing, and I could play a couple chords on guitar, but I wasn't any good. But that record made me say to myself, I want to learn how to do that, and I started playing a lot more. And I didn't realize until looking back after doing a bunch of Randy Rhoads Remembrance that record really was that pivotal moment into me really trying to get better on guitar and take it more seriously. So back then, man, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to learn all the Randy stuff, and I was learning it all wrong and terribly, and all that stuff. But over the years, I learned a little bit more here and there, and get better, and to the point where if I'm going to do a Randy Rhoads Remembered, I like getting up on guitar and playing one of the songs, and get a buddy to jump in on drums and stuff. But there are a lot of the shows, Bonzo Bash and Randy Remembered they're a lot of fun. It's a lot of work with them. But man, we did, I don't know, a couple runs of East Coast Randy Rhoads Remembered. So it might have been like 2014 and 15 or something like that, like a handful of clubs and stuff. So it's always a lot of fun. It's a great hang, and I get to play with my buddy Rudy Sarsgaard on bass, which that was a pivotal point when I called Rudy and said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this Randy show, and would you like to play bass and be in the rhythm section with me? He's like, yeah, because that year we had toured with Jeff Tate's Queensryche. I had filled in for Simon Wright and did a month's worth of gigs with those guys playing Operation Mindcrime. So Rudy and I were already buddies, but we became closer through that tour, and so yeah, it was great when he said, yeah, I'll play bass in the show, and that kind of, I was like, great, we have a rhythm section. Now we would just find a singer and just get a bunch of guitar players, and there you go,
It's a really cool thing.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's like so many people, so many guitar players grew up on Randy. Like there's so many, legendary guitar players out there now that grew up on Randy. Whether it's Zakk Wylde or
Doug Aldridge,
Tom Morello or Aldridge,
man,
or you know what I mean. There's Randy was just it was pretty much the Eddie Randy thing. Eddie Van Halen came out soon after it was Randy, and those were they were the two guys, that kind of changed everything in the world of rock guitar.
Amen, that's for sure. We live an hour and a half from Leesburg, where the crash took place, and on the anniversary of his death this year, we took a day trip. Me and my son and my daughter, and my wife, and we went down there to Calhoun's Ranch, and we walked right up. Nobody was there. The house door was wide open, and I was like, nobody's here. So, we sat down in the field. He pulled his guitar out with a little Bose battery operated thing, and we did Goodbye to Romance. And this old man starts walking across the field, and it was Calhoun, and he invited us in. And what a nice guy. He told us the whole story, and it was cool to pay a tribute to Randy Rhoads. a lot of people were kind of like, it's kind of dark. We got a couple negative comments about it, but for me, it was a very spiritual thing because, I don't have that. I don't have that on the West Coast that you have. I can't just show up and pay tribute to the Randy Rhoads Remembered thing there. So it was a really neat kind of thing, which, by the way, I'm going to get you because I want to play so bad, man. What an honor to be able to come out there and sing a song with you guys. I would love to do that someday, And
cool. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's up in the air when if and when the next one will be. But we'll see. Figure it out when it happens.
So I appreciate that. You're actually writing. You're going to continue this LP when all this BS is over, and your plans are actually to push this and tour, correct? Or are you going to do select shows on the West Coast?
We'd love to tour. It's really a matter of getting the band out there more and having it be known that we are out there ready to go, and of course it's connections. Whether you get a manager, a booking agent, and they get you can get you possibly on some tours, or you book your own. Start out like we're looking at a UK tour to start out, just our little club thing, but we had to stop moving forward with that like everybody has, because everything going on.
Yeah. So you were actually touring Japan. Who were you touring with your last run in Japan? Or the UK?
It's a band called Bees. They're outside of Japan. I'd be very surprised if anybody heard of them, but in Japan they are the biggest rock band there for 30 years. They're it's mainly the singer Koshi and the guitar player Tak. It's their band. They're great guys. They started it, and they've had various people in the band. What they call the support band: the bassist, rhythm guitar player, drummer, keyboard player. But over 20 years, I've recorded with them here and there. A couple tracks on this record, a couple tracks here and there. So, I think they asked me to tour them a long time ago, but it was like 6 months in Japan. I wasn't available to commit to that at the time. But last year, I did 4 months with them, and it's the band is. Japan is great. The people are great. The culture is great. It was. I had a great time. It was a long time being away from home, but it was a nice solid chunk of work with people that I was already had worked with in the studio and was friendly with. So yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. And they're like I said, they're a huge band. So it's arenas all over Japan.
That's incredible. Personal life, Brian. You got a family.
Yes.
How many kids you got?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I have a wife and 2 kids. And,
awesome.
We're all home at the house now, and the kids are out of school, and that's that. But we're getting to be around each other a lot more without me running in and out of town a lot. So
isn't that the blessing of it all? I know it's like you get to sit back and really, kind of experience.
I'm fine with it because like I said before, I did have a studio house across town where for a few years I was doing everything all my anything musical, but there was a fire in there in the end of November, so it was kind of it was pretty bad. I had to get out. It's uninhabitable. They had to gut out the whole inside and rebuild it, so I had to get everything out and clean it up and go through, put it in the storage. And at the same time, when that was going on, I was like, okay, where am I going to continue this? I really don't feel like renting another house and all that stuff because I had a pretty good deal going there. But so we have a pretty big garage at our family house. So I just spent months between everything that was smoking, fire damaged in the studio house. I had to sort through that, clean that all up. It's not even close to being clean. It's just I had to get it all in the storage and organize it, and then clean up our garage. So by February, I had got my house garage set up for my studio, so everything's back up and running, which is cool because now with all this going on and having to stay home, I can work here and be with family. So and I'm fine, man. If I can stay home and work and be with my family, and I'm good with it. I'm not really. I mean, of course, I love playing live, and I was all the tour plans that were going on are postponed for now, but I'm all good, man. Staying home and with family and our pets and riding my bike and trying to keep busy and be musical.
Hell yeah, I love it. So yeah, I guess anybody that wants to hear Silverthorne, pretty much every social media. We can search it. YouTube. Is there a certain website you want me to send people to, or you'd like to plug? Or
Well, yeah, I don't think we've kept up on the websites as much as we have the social media, so you can just find out everything. You can go straight to my pages, my Facebook, my Instagram, or Twitter, as well as Silverthorne's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And there is a Silverthorne, silverthorneband.com is our website.
okay.
And there's some Silverthorne stuff on my website. So yeah, it's all there. Anything we got going on or update, you can easily find. Yeah, for sure. And then whatever, go to YouTube, check the videos out. There's a few videos. The singles are up, and then some making of videos and all that stuff.
Incredible. I'm gonna play. Don't hang up yet, but I'm gonna get started. Haunted by Dawn Master Brothers. That incredible, man. How about that song? Tell me about that.
Oh, you're reading off the MP3. I see.
Correct.
It's called
Haunted
by the Dawn.
by the Dawn. Okay.
Yeah, that's the fifth track on the fifth and final track on the EP. And if you haven't heard the song and you do check it out, and you're into Led Zeppelin, you'll pretty much know where the influence and the inspiration of that song came from. But yeah, man, it was just a little riff I had for a long, long time, and I threw it at Pete, and he was like, "That's pretty cool." We started messing around with it, came up with the song, and when we had to pick 5 of everything we had written, that was the one we're like, maybe it's a little too much of maybe people think we're ripping Zeppelin off too much, but I'm like, man, you don't really hear songs like this that much from rock bands, so let's go with it.
Yeah, right. You're not ripping them off. That would be Greta Van Fleet, right?
I actually don't even hear that. For that period of time where that's all you were reading, I didn't really get it. I was like, okay, so I don't know. The singer sings high, and
He reminds me of Kevin DuBrow. He always did. As soon as I heard it, I was like, wow, he's gifted. Man.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought they were kind of just a straight up rock band, and I don't know. I thought maybe even more Black Crowes or something than Zeppelin. I don't know, but whatever. It's cool. Like they're getting attention and flying the flag of true rock. Cool.
Yeah, I love their response to the media when Robert Plant said that is Led Zeppelin, and he said, actually, no, Aerosmith was a bigger influence. I was like, that's beautiful. I love it. So yeah, we're gonna play "Haunted by the Dawn," and thank you, Brian, so much, man, for being on the show, and I look forward to hopefully meeting you someday. So I'm gonna play now "Haunted by the Dawn."